Guys, you got a package from Andreas in Germany. I've already cut his address off, no sense in publishing that, but what's amazing to me is this huge box. He said it cost about €7, and you add it up, that's about what these stamps come up to. Huge box. When I send a box this size to Germany, it's at least $25. And of course, when you open it up, I did say he's from Germany, it has only 3 locks. But they were so carefully wrapped, it literally filled this box. You could have set off a nuclear bomb, and these blocks would have been well protected. Let me get these out of here real quick and show you what we got. He told me that he's sending me some CESs. Here's a single core. And the nice thing about CES is they're probably the most common lock in Germany. They usually have a pretty good keyway. There's a lot of proprietary ones issued out to just locksmiths in certain areas. Here we have one similar but very strong flag off to the right there, and there's something else there. Hold on a second. That looks to be, see if I can, I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out, but there's some kind of shutter in this one. It just kind of flips around. I can't imagine that's a safety. It's probably, let's see if it's on the other side. Well, I was going to say probably to keep the weather out of the weather side, but it appears to be located on both sides. But I can't imagine that's a security feature. Probably just to keep goop from entering, maybe scrape spooge off of your key. Like if you stab someone in the eye and you got eye goop on the key, you don't want it to get in the keyway, right? And again, here's another one. CES, pretty nice looking little keyway. Come on, baby. Give me some cooperation here. Yeah, very nice keyway. Very paracentric. Let's try to go ahead and pick one, and since I've never seen one with this weird looking thing on the front, let's give this one a shot. Let me get all this junk out of the way and see if we can clamp this up. We do have a key, by the way, but we don't need that stinking key, at least right away. I'll just try to clamp it so that if I do get it picked, then the actuator can at least turn a little bit under the key to be able to tell if we got this thing picked or not. Okay, we got a choice here. We can go with top of the keyway, but because it's so angled off to the right, I'm going to try to go with bottom of the keyway because, first of all, it doesn't get in my way, and secondly, if you put it in there, again, I'm hoping that you guys can see this, it pushes that little shutter out of the way when you force it in there, like so. So now it pushes the shutter out of the way, both on the bottom and on the top, so shouldn't be an issue. All right. Let's see what we're going to try. Alright, CESs have a mixture. Even though it's the most common, it is not a quick set. These things have usually one standard and then a mix of spools and serrated and all kinds of weird stuff. So the idea is to very quickly try to find your standard pin and get yourself a false start, because from there it usually gets pretty easy. Alright, I'm going to try to use, this is a Peterson 18 thousandths Bogota. I don't often get to use it, but it's a perfect tool for very thin paracentric, or very narrow paracentric keyways like this one. Alright, light tension, all the way in, light tension. And what I'm going to try to just kind of rock it, or try to rake it, and just get a false set, hopefully. I'm just trying to find that single standard pin. And there we go. We got a very deep false set, so we're hung up on the first, at least the first one we're going to be picking is a spool. Alright, again, narrow keyway. I'm going to grab, this is a Peterson, again, 15 thousandths blue handle. It is a reach. Get this up here like this. And I'm going to go all the way to the rear. And what I'm going to try to do is just try to find the spool, and you'll be able to tell because it'll give me some counter rotation. There's one hanging on the bottom right there, I feel like pin 2. And I don't know if you can see the keyway moving. When I give upward pressure, I'm getting counter rotation, which tells me he's the spool and he's the binder. So let's push him up. And we still got our false set, so I think I dropped him. Or that, or we got another one. Let me start in the back. Okay, I'm on pin 3. There's another spool. Didn't get him. Let me try that again. He's a very deep cut spool apparently. Okay, we got him. Pick is stuck, even though it's 15 thousandths, it's a little hard to get in there. Trying to find some kind of feedback. Okay, I got nothing, so it's either hung up on a serrated pin or there's a pin that's just barely hanging in the shear line, like a little narrow top T-pin. And there we go. It was a T-pin. It was number 4. All right, well, there you go. The CES from Andreas in Germany. While I got it here, let's go ahead and take a look at the key. It's always a good idea to tape your keys instead of leaving them in the locks. When you leave them in the locks, a lot of times they arrive with the keys broken off. All right, there's your bitting. That's pretty nice. A couple of deep cuts. So you got some high cut ones hiding behind those deep cut. So 2 high cuts hiding behind a deep cut. High cut, deep cut. Very nice. And let's just make sure. Let's put this back. Make sure it's the right key. Now that side does not work. Oh, it's the tape. Now that side works. So I actually had to pick the tape too. Anyway, there you go. Andreas, thank you, sir, for the lock. Everybody else, stay safe, stay legal. Guys, get yourself one of these CESs. These are great locks.